My name is Melissa Shiver, and I've been training with David for roughly 3 years now. About a year ago, I got pregnant. Aside from immediate family, the first person that my husband and I told was David, and I knew from that moment that I would not be able to get through my pregnancy without him. During the first trimester, I was mid-workout at home on a video chat with David, and I got so sick. The morning sickness hit like a truck. It was awful. And from that moment on, it never stopped. Never actually went away. It was brutal. The fatigue, I was constantly eating. It was really, really hard. So I wasn't able to train for a couple weeks until all of that kind of started to get a little bit better around the second trimester. But David kept checking in, and he was making sure that my nutrition was where it needed to be, that even though I had to keep eating so that I wouldn't throw up everywhere all of the time, that I was eating the right things, that I was getting what I needed for my body to feel healthy and to feel comfortable, and also some little workouts that I could do that wouldn't put so much strain, that wouldn't make me nauseous. He was changing things so that I wasn't going up and down. Maybe squats and crunches weren't really good because I was getting super nauseous. So he would change out my workouts so that I was able to move during that first trimester when I was so nauseous. Going into the second trimester, I felt a little bit stronger, so we started working out again. The nausea was definitely still there, but I was actually able to work out. And that was when David really started changing my programming. He started building me up for 3 things. Number 1, to stay mobile during pregnancy, to keep moving and to stay healthy. Number 2, to get through labor and to build up the muscles that I would need to push. And 3, to have the muscle build up that I would need during recovery to be able to take care of my son once he was born. During the third trimester, I truly appreciated all of the work that we had done to keep me mobile. I was a whale. I was a giant woman. I gained 50 pounds by the end of it, and it was so hard to move. However, I had so much upper body strength because we had worked so hard on my arms that there was never a time when I couldn't get out of bed, when I couldn't get up by myself, when I couldn't take care of myself. If my husband wasn't there or my mother wasn't there to help me, I was able to move. Even in doctor's offices and in appointments, I didn't need anybody to help me up out of the hospital bed. I could handle it on my own, and that felt really good. Leading up to labor, I had a fear that I would hit a point where I couldn't push anymore, where my body would give out, where my body wasn't strong enough, wasn't tough enough. If my brain wasn't tough enough, I wouldn't be able to keep pushing. But once I actually got there, I realized how much David had helped me, not just with my body, but with my mind. There was never a second where I thought that I couldn't do it. I kept pushing, and I knew, because I was so in tune with my body, because of the work that I had done with David to connect my mind and my body and push it to its limits, I knew that I could do it. And I did. I kept pushing, and all of a sudden my son was born. Recovery for me was really hard. I had a 4th-degree tear, which meant that there was not a whole lot of moving for me. Lots of laying down, lots of having to be waited upon, and lots of pain. David checked in constantly to make sure that I was doing okay, to offer up suggestions on how I could keep my body moving without putting any stress or strain in places it didn't need to be. So not any kind of a workout, but just keeping me moving, keep the blood flowing so that I wasn't laying down constantly and feeling terrible. My son is now 3 months old, and all 50 pounds that I gained from the pregnancy is now gone, and I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight. But more importantly, I now feel stronger and better and more attractive and more comfortable in my body than I ever have in my entire life. I have struggled with body dysmorphia and eating disorders my entire life, thinking that I'm always fatter than I actually am. But not right now, not anymore. I've been working with David for so long, and he's totally changed the way that I feel about myself and this kind of confidence. It's incredible. I can't imagine not going through that pregnancy and not going through whatever pregnancies I have in the future without David. He helped me so much. So now I'm stronger than ever. I feel better than ever. I have an amazing and adorable son, and I'm back to training with David. So thank you, David. Thank you very, very much.